Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. Welcome back, everybody. It is 10:03 Central Time. It is time for the Sunday Night Talk. Omar Carmona is here. I am here. It is week 6 in the NFL.
Week 6, can you believe it?
You know, I really can't. And I changed my NFL watching strategy this week because the last few Sundays I was finding myself nodding off and not really being into the Sunday night game. So I was like, I'm going to change my strategy. And I kind of started the day late. That way I could have more energy for the afternoon games and the Sunday night games. So I think it worked out.
The NFL makes it so hard with the London games and the Europe games and the
I didn't even bother with the London game today. That was something.
I mean, we're almost 14 straight hours of football,
and not to mention there's 2 Monday night games this week too.
And we already had a Thursday night game.
Yep, and we had a Thursday night game, so it's a lot to take in. Sunday night game is wrapping up. Chiefs, Lions. My opening question, Omar, is this a Chiefs team that we're going to see again, or are we seeing a little anomaly in the Chiefs season? Because I am very skeptical about what I see on Sundays these days as something that is sustained. So were you impressed by this Chiefs team, and can they continue this?
They absolutely can continue this, and I'm going to tell you why. You can't discount them. I mean, all their experience, I mean, look, they've bled and they've cried and a lot of sweat and scars and wounds, and they're 3-time champions, with Mahomes. Okay. So we can't discount them, especially we can't discount them when we're seeing, the Ravens take a hard nosedive. That was a lot of people were saying that's going to be that they were going to be the Super Bowl champions this year, right? And now they're an afterthought. The Bills lost for the first time last week, and now they're on they play again tomorrow. See if they can get back on the winning track. I think that this is a year where, again, it may be wide open again. It seemed that it was going to be wide open again, but here are the Chiefs lurking, and it's just so funny that. Detroit lost week 1, right? I think they lost to the Packers week 1, and then they haven't lost since. Okay, and they pulled off some big wins, and it seems like everybody was ready to crown them. And we have the Chiefs, who pulled off great wins in the past, but this year they just couldn't get off to a great start. And so this, you would think that this is the Chiefs. This is going to be the Lions beating the Chiefs again. And look what happened. They flipped it around, and the Chiefs looked like the superior team.
And it couldn't have come at a better time. And I don't mean for the Chiefs. I mean for just the football universe. Because now we got to talk about the Chiefs. Now we have to consider the Chiefs in all our predictions, future weeks, matchups. And this Chiefs team really from the second half on just steamrolled the Lions. And at first glance, it's like, oh yeah, the Lions couldn't do anything on offense. The Chiefs D, they're awesome. But the Chiefs offense couldn't stop getting little first downs. 8-yard pass, run for 12. 4-yard swing out, run for 8 yards. A little flip, Kelsey bobbles it. No, he catches it. It was just domination, and the Lions had no answer for it. It was a really strange second half in the sense like the Chiefs were just like, oh, wait, we're Chiefs from 4 years ago, Chiefs. Mahomes is taking full-on hits to the shoulder and bouncing off of them. It was really, really impressive from the Chiefs. And you said it like the week one loss from the Lions just seemed like a million years ago.
Right.
And we were like, oh, NFC representative, the Lions, it's going to be them. It'll be hard, but they've got all the tools. And then they go into KC tonight, and they had no answers tonight. It was really weird. And it's also weird because they started off really good. They looked good in the first half. And somehow the lights went out. I don't exactly know where to pinpoint it in this game.
This was a wild game, but I think after watching a game like this, you just can't say the Chiefs are done.
Definitely not. Like the Chiefs apologists are coming back. Whoa, we got a little post-game fight going on.
I like it.
The game just ended. Actually, the clock is still ticking. It's 30-17. The Chiefs are going to, like Mahomes was walking out to shake hands, and all of a sudden he ran away, and he's like breaking about the fight's still kind of going on. This has been the best blocking the Lions have done all game, by the way. So, yeah, we got a guy without a helmet. Oh, I think we have a security guard.
Oh, it's a scrum.
Yeah, we got a full-on scrum. Okay, it seems like it's settled down. But the game itself, I'll go through my notes of the game itself. I got in the first, how about a gold star for one of the oddest first drives by an offense I think we saw today. Detroit runs a weird illegal trick play. Again, What is it with Detroit on the goal line and their trick plays that always get flagged? They had that weird offensive lineman not declaring last year or maybe 2 years ago. And now they did this weird Jared Goff rolls out from under center. They snap it to the running back. He throws it to Goff. He bobbles it and catches it in the end zone. And then they call it back. And give it to Collinsworth or the NFL or the broadcast officiating guy. He knew it right away. He's like, yeah, this is illegal. What's with Detroit getting too cute for themselves?
Yeah, but again, they're like this, and they've been doing it since last year. I kind of respect that they've tried to. Looks like it was Branch versus a Juju Smith-Schuster. They just went at it after that.
A good slap to the head.
Yeah, there's going to be some fines. There's going to definitely be some fines.
Yeah, there'll be some fines. I like the fine last week. Did you see this one? Where, who was it? Was it the Arizona coach who pushed their player from because they fumbled or something? And he got fined. I was like, hey, how about a little tough love? The guy's wearing pads. I think we sustained more head trauma in our middle school football days than that. I thought I was okay with it. But that Detroit first drive leads to a weird sequence. They take the touchdown off the board, and then Detroit comes out to go for it on fourth down. They don't get out with enough time. They get a delay of game penalty, so they don't go for it, and then they kick a field goal. So it was almost like the brakes got put on that drive. And then I got, let's see here. Oh, we got Collinsworth is going crazy with the offensive and defensive line. He's like, oh, Mike, look at the push they're getting. Like Collinsworth, I think it was kind of tired the last few weeks, but today he was very excited.
What'd you think about? Did you look up his fit? Did you look up his wardrobe?
Yeah, you texted me like, what's up with Collinsworth wardrobe today? So I didn't know what you meant, so I watched it. What was the thing? You didn't like his tie? The tie looked a little bright.
I think the tie kind of stood out, did it not?
Yeah, the tie's what I noticed right away. It seems like he was more business-like attire today. Maybe even like a casual Friday tie type of thing.
I thought maybe like he had a showing. He was going to show me a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it didn't look like the regular Collinsworth and Tirico like Saturday evening out formal. Like they're usually dressed a little more slick. I think they went from a Armani suit to a Men's Warehouse suit tonight. I don't know why. Like as soon as you mentioned it, the tie stood out to me, and I did notice it. I was like, looks a little different. I don't know about these tan pants from Collinsworth. So I wrote down the Chiefs start to look like the Chiefs tonight in the third quarter. And at one point in the third quarter, Arrowhead Stadium got loud. They were doing the chant, they were doing the Indian chant. I was like, this sounds like a college stadium right now. I don't think I've heard that all season from Arrowhead. And then the Chiefs really just put the Lions in a stranglehold for the last 12 minutes of it was over. Like it was a 10-point game for a lot of it, but I was like, the Lions can't score any points. It's like they had them in a chokehold just waiting to tap. It wasn't going to be an uppercut. It wasn't going to be a knockdown. It's like, I'm just going to choke you out very slowly. And Collinsworth was desperately trying to make it sound like the Lions had a chance. It's like, Mike, if they get a field goal here, it's a 13-point lead, and there's a possession, and, who knows what could happen. I didn't see that. I was like, Collinsworth, this game's done, dude. Not happening. So
anyway, again, go back to the Lions. This isn't necessarily the worst thing to happen to them. But there were some times that their offense just seemed to just not, just seemed to sputter,
and someone was always in Goff's face. Like there was a blitz here.
Great point. I think that was something I saw. Just he didn't have enough too much time to throw.
Yeah. So maybe Chris Jones was angry from last Monday where he took a couple plays off and one of them ended up in losing the game. So maybe we had a motivated Chris Jones. They were really, really like fast. It was just the Chiefs that we saw 3 years ago. It was an angry Chiefs. And we're right in that middle part of the season where like the midseason turnaround is a real thing. And they talked about it on the broadcast where they're getting their receiver back next week, who I didn't even know this was suspended because he was illegally street racing. Like, what is this, 1956? Who street races anymore?
Right,
but
yeah.
He's coming back. So the midseason turnaround, Chiefs, this is going to be the lead story for all the talk shows tomorrow. Don't you think? It's like, are the Chiefs back? Are the Chiefs gelling at the right time of the season? Has Mahomes got his team in line? What do you think the headline would be when it comes to Chiefs on Monday?
One down, one big win. Let's go for two next week. You know what I mean? It's just let's not look too forward. Let's not expect this team to make a deep playoff run, but let's just expect them to be in the game next week.
So this game didn't do a ton for you? Am I hearing that right? You're like, yeah, they look good, but the deep run, no.
No, and I don't think it did a ton for I don't think it does a ton for Mahomes because he's won, Patrick. He's won time and time again. And so regular season's wins and losses, at the end of the day, when he takes snaps, as long as his team is mathematically in contention, that's all he cares about. So next week is just one more game. So I don't think he's thinking about playoffs right now. He's not thinking about a division. He's not thinking about a conference title, much less a Super Bowl. He's thinking, let's go next week.
But what do you think? Like, what do you think this win means for the Chiefs? Like, are we going to have to take them seriously? Are they going to keep this up? Because I don't like this team. If I'm playing against them next week, I'm like, oh shit. This team is good again, and they're getting more talent coming back from street racing. So what do you think we saw with the Chiefs? Are they a threat now? But it doesn't seem like you really think they are. You said a deep playoff run. I'm not really thinking about it.
I'm not going to say anything else. Where do I have them? If you're asking me as an outsider, obviously I'm an outsider thinking, look, San Diego, they're not looking unstoppable, so
LA Chargers, you mean? San Diego?
Yeah, my bad.
San Diego Padres?
LA Chargers, they're not looking unstoppable, so.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're not willing to go all in on the Chiefs yet.
No.
No, not even
But I'm not
AFC.
even I'm not even close to writing them off either.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. You can't commit. You're not committing. All right. I think I can see the Chiefs ripping off 5 straight. I didn't look at their schedule coming up, but God, it would not surprise me if they went on this little mini run. It's mid-season. Like, it's time to turn it around. It's, get a new, if you're, get some new frames, new glasses. All of a sudden you're like, I got a new look. School year's got a long way to go.
Yep.
So, big win on a Sunday night too, where it's almost worth a win and a half. So I was impressed today. Not overly concerned for the Lions, but I was impressed today with the Chiefs. Good for them. They really needed a big showtime, primetime win. They got it tonight. So, all right, let's go through our Sundays, because I told you I tried a new strategy. I had my Sunday Fun Day hat on today, and I thought I'm going to skip a majority of the early games. I'm going to go do the errands. I'm not going to worry about getting back here in time. And if I just start my Sunday with the late games, so be it. For the most part, that's what I did too. I thought it worked out pretty good because I was energized. I'm going to have to pick and choose my fights when it comes to NFL Sundays, my thought. I think I even I fell asleep during the morning games too. So that was good. But then we're going to structure the show today based off of your text messages. You sent me some lengthy text messages today.
Today was a lengthy text message day.
Yeah, you sent me a lot of text messages today, and this is how we're going to structure the show. We're going to go through them one by one. First of all, if you start by texting me at 2:27 today, and you just wrote notes, and I'm like, oh, what's this about? And here's your first note. Jets are bad. Last sequence of the first half, and Wilson yelled at the coach. What did you see?
Garrett Wilson screaming at the coach because Bowles just did not Bowles had the ball close to midfield, about a minute left. He could have made some plays, Pat. And it just seemed like he ran the ball, started burning timeouts and didn't do anything. There was no urgency. There was nothing. And then like the last 20 seconds, it just seemed to like just be staring at each other and basically let the clock run out, without doing anything. And so Garrett Wilson gave him the business coming off the field. Again, this is just the Jets being the Jets. But, but another example, they played the Broncos tough.
But you think so? Okay. I was going to say Jets are just bad. I guess they just find ways to look bad. But that was a weird, ugly, I think there was a safety even in the game.
Holding. Yeah, it was a holding penalty in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Like how far have we come from the Jets week 1? We're like, wow, they gave Pittsburgh a game. They scored 40. Watch out for the Jets. Oh, wait. No, you don't have to watch out for the Jets at all. What's going on with number 1, Aaron Glenn, head coach, first year. Justin Fields, first year as a Jets QB. It seems like this has been a really rough go to the start of those two. Do you see those two, number 1, finishing the season? Let's start with Aaron Glenn. You see him finishing this season?
Yeah, he's going to get another year. I'm not worried about his job. I still think he was the right pick and again, look at Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell didn't have a great first season either. Mm-hmm. And so now many, a lot of people would say he may be the best coach in the league, right? Up there with Andy Reid and, the play caller that Kyle Shanahan has become. But he's going to have another year. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to get another year.
Yeah, first year QB, it hasn't looked good. I read this stat. I didn't think it was true. I had to look it up. The Jets had minus 10 yards passing in the second half of this game.
Yeah.
That's rough. I mean, you could blame maybe jet lag, new offensive scheme, whatever, but man, I don't think it gets much worse than that. That was a stat I was like, huh. It wasn't even like, oh man, that's bad. I was just like, is that right? Is that a minus sign? Is that a dash? That was brutal. That was really ugly. The Jets are The Jets are a complete catastrophe at this point. I wrote it down. Denver at Denver, New York Jets, London game / might get fired game. But I'm with you. It's Aaron Glenn's first year. And as long as the Jimmy Johnson 1-15 season story exists, I don't think anybody can really get fired in that first year, no matter how bad it is. If we can all go like Jimmy Johnson went 1-15 and 3 years later they were in the Super Bowl. As long as that story is in our memory, I think you got to get another year. So I'm with you on the Aaron Glenn. The Justin Fields, they may be drafting a QB in the offseason. I could totally see that.
Yeah. And at this point, they may be waiting it out for the number 1 pick. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Arch Manning.
No, although he won. He had his best game on Saturday. I actually watched it. He was psyched. He was I think he was the happiest I ever saw him. On the flip side, Denver's got a nice little streak going here. You know, because you always got to have that winning ugly game. They did it. Denver, really good start to the season. And we might have a little AFC showdown, Denver KC down the road. Very interested in that. The new guy going against the old guard.
Yeah.
So that was the early game. And now we go to your next text. And it is Steelers 4-1 ? Browns bad. So what's going through your head when you texted me that?
Browns are bad.
What if you traded away not your quarterback, your starting quarterback on Monday?
I don't really think this is a hot take, but the Browns are bad.
The Browns are way bad. And I got a little, not a hot take, maybe a questionable take that leads us into the Dallas game with the Browns. But man, I don't even know who played quarterback for the Browns today.
It was Dylan Gabriel. He looked okay. He didn't look bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think there's enough talent around him.
When are we going to see Shedeur?
I don't know.
Why not, right?
It doesn't even sound like there was even a chance that he wasn't going to be named the backup quarterback.
He hasn't gotten on the field at all yet this season, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, like why not? Like, how about a couple snaps? What about just a full-on like treat it like a preseason game? Like you're gonna do 2 series, then this other guy is gonna do 2 series. I don't know what we're saving him for, unless he has no idea how to run an offense. So right. The Browns are bad. Agree, total agreement. And Steelers 4-1 ? So are you questioning all their wins? Are you surprised by their wins? What's with the question mark?
The question mark is when I'm watching them play, I'm just not overly blown away. You know what I mean? And I know, Aaron Rodgers has won multiple MVPs. He's won a Super Bowl. But again, I don't see this being a championship caliber team, but they keep winning. So we'll see what happens with it.
Well, I'm going to back up your point as well. Like, all right, Steelers, you beat the Jets in week 1. You beat the Browns in week 6. I forgot who you beat in between, but not exactly big wins. And Rodgers has some stat that he has the lowest number of like yards in the air per pass. Like he's throwing them all underneath and swing outs and things like that. So have we seen Rodgers really go down the field? And the answer is not yet. So the question mark, I think, is valid. I'm with you on that. He was like, is this team really 4-1? So good question mark on that. All right, your next text. Dallas defense sucks. Panthers up and coming. So right into my Browns lukewarm take to Dallas. Can Dallas trade for Myles Garrett? Is this possible? Is this a midseason save? Does he want out of Cleveland? Is there even cap room?
I think he'd have to restructure contracts and take a pay cut, for him.
Okay. So he'd have to really want to get out of Cleveland.
And I think he should want to get out of Cleveland.
Which he should. You're right.
I would love to see Myles. I think Myles Garrett would be great for the Cowboys. I'd love to see him in the 49ers uniform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another play. The Niners just keep getting decimated. The Niners are like the French army in World War I.
And that may be a reason why Myles Garrett would not want to go to San Francisco. He's going to think, I'm going to get hurt playing for those guys.
They're just cursed, San Francisco. And it
Right.
all happens in the first quarter
It's
of all
just
these
awful.
games.
It's awful, Pat.
It's unbelievable how many starters are out. I mean, everybody's got injuries, but I think what was it, like oh no, only 2 defensive starters are actually still on the field.
Yes.
I don't know if I got that. I heard that stat right, but I was like, whoa, this is more than just like a couple injuries here and there. So Dallas defense sucks. We saw it today. I think the Panthers had like 200 yards on the ground against them.
Patrick, I mean, I didn't realize that they could, and again, that was against the running back Dowell, who was a former Cowboy, who just racked up yards against his old team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was so confident this week because he said he was going to do this, but I think he was so confident because I think he saw what everyone else sees, except maybe Jerry Jones, but these guys cannot stop anyone.
Mm-hmm. Let me share with you a little text exchange I had with our Uncle Ray today, because we did a lot of texting during the Dallas game today. And he's not like overly talkative. So this is why I found this interesting. He was texting me a lot today. So I write at the same time, 2:27, I text him, this Dallas game is making me nervous. He writes back, that makes 2 of us. And right on that last Carolina drive where it was tied, I texted him, Dallas should just blitz on every single defensive play. And if they get scored on, who cares? Because you'll get the ball back with more time. So I text him that, and he writes back, defense sucks. And I wrote, Greg Olsen just said, let's try and keep him under 30. And Ray writes back, Greg Olsen sucks. And then he writes, fucking Cowboys. So I'm like, oh my God, Ray is mad at Greg Olsen. He hates the Cowboys. And then I floated him the idea of Myles Garrett to the team, and he wrote back, depends on the cash. I don't think the Cowboys have that much cap room. Garrett's mental.
I wouldn't say that he's mental. I mean, he's mental because he's played in Cleveland for so long.
Yeah, maybe that's why. But I tried to talk him down, and I wrote, well, Charles Haley was mental in the 90s, and they got some good play out of him. Maybe that'll be good. And he writes back, Jerry Jones has the touch. No one is crazier than he is. So I'm not sure. And then that's where we left it. That was the end of our text exchange. So I'm not quite sure how he's feeling today, but Dallas was horrendous on the defensive side today. And weirdly enough, they were pretty good on the offensive side today. They still can't run the ball, but I think George Pickens had like 170 yards receiving. Ferguson, the tight end, is catching everything. They just have no defense. They have absolutely no defense. Did you see that 4th down that Carolina had on the very last drive? Yeah. It's like 4th and 4, and the guy's 8 yards off the receiver and backing up. I don't know what the heck is going on there. That was an ugly loss for Dallas, who seemed to be like figuring things out for the last 2 weeks, and then they go into Carolina, which you wrote are up and coming. So
Patrick, they're 3-3.
Defend this text. Carolina up and coming.
They are 3-3, and they just seem to be playing much better at a much higher level than they were the last 2 years. And Bryce isn't doing too much. You know what I mean? He's looking good. So
Bryce looked very good today.
So I like what I'm seeing out of the Carolina Panthers. How about you?
I liked it. I'm not going too crazy because Dallas defense is so horrible. But Bryce Young looks like he moves around. He makes a little side steps when the pocket collapses. He doesn't just like instantly start running away. And I actually thought the Carolina Panthers helmets looked pretty awesome today. You know, I don't really like the matte look on a lot of helmets. I think it's overdone, but that matte black look on the Panthers helmets today was really sharp. So I think they should keep that helmet. And it kind of led me to the idea where like there's so many different uniforms for these teams. Just every week we should have a different uniform. And one week could be like matte week. One week could be solid colors week. One week could be light color. Like, I would be way more down with that because that matte helmet was impressive. So the Panthers are up and coming. I like it. I want to see more, though. All right, your next text. We got Saints/Patriots, both looking for an identity. All right, explain yourself. What are the Saints? The Saints don't have, I'm with you, don't have any identity. I forgot Taysom Hill was on their team. Taysom Hill was a thing.
Right.
Spencer Rattler is throwing 2 good passes and then one pass that's getting his receiver's head blown off. I agree. No identity. But how about the Patriots today? Did they find some identity?
They're a good team. I should have been more specific. Like, this is a team that we're not used to seeing this from New England. I think it's so easy to look at them and try to compare them to what was the greatest dynasty of all time, right? And we shouldn't do that. That's not fair to them. But bottom line is, I think they're contenders, and they may unseat. They have a chance to catch up to Buffalo soon.
Yeah, that win last Sunday is still on my mind.
Yeah.
So taking that in, they won ugly today. You got to win some games ugly. They did it. They went on the road. A couple of really bad offensive pass interference calls took away some awesome Stephon Diggs catches. I think he is really, really coming on as a Patriots receiver. Drake May looks better every single week. I almost screenshotted it and used it as my best quote, but it was Dave Portnoy had a tweet that said, Drake May is going to win a minimum of like 4 Super Bowls. And I was like, whoa, come on, a minimum of 4. That's a little crazy. It's like, that might be worthy of best quote. But Drake May is looking very good in the offense this year. He's throwing the ball away when he needs to. He's putting balls in places where only Diggs can get it. Very impressed with Drake May the last 2 weeks. They're riding some good momentum. I like them. I'm with you. That Buffalo win / that Buffalo loss to the Patriots, that's going to sting. I feel like that they're going to remember that one. That was like a gut punch in the 3rd round where like Apollo Creed is like, oh shit, this guy can punch. I got to remember this for the late rounds. All right, now we go to your next text, and you got Dolphins. Daniel's going to lose his job. Well, have we had a coach fired yet this season? Did the New Orleans coach get fired already?
No one's been fired yet.
Okay, nobody's fired yet. Okay, Daniels. He might be our first.
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniels, right.
He should be. Tua coming out here saying that there are players not attending players-only meetings. I got a huge question. I think I sent this on a later note, was how many players-only meetings are you having? It always seems like teams talk about one meeting, and that changed the course of the whole season. You know what I mean? Either it got worse from there, but he's saying, is he having multiple player-only meetings? I think that's more of an indictment on leadership.
And also, if you're having players-only meetings and it's like week 4 and 5 of the season, you're already in a bad spot.
Absolutely.
You're like, all right, we've been playing football for 1 month. All right, everybody, players-only meeting. All right, hold on. We lost again. Players-only meeting. All right, it's going to get to the point where like, all right, you guys want to have a quick players-only meeting before practice? Yeah, let's do it. 15 minutes. It's going to be just so like commonplace. Yeah, I wonder on Monday if we're gonna see a change in the Dolphins. They already lost Tyreek Hill. Tua, there's something about Tua where he's just not all there as a quarterback. He made a lot of throws today that were good, but there's something that's just a little nerve-wracking. Maybe it's just the concussion history we have with him, but there's something off about him. Everything is underneath with him. He never throws deep. Never.
I think it's time for the Dolphins to move on.
I wrote down that this Dolphins game was a coach for your job game. You win, you get another week. You lose, you're out. It's as simple as that. That being said, the Chargers went to sleep a little bit in the middle of this game, and they let the Dolphins right back in. Like, it was a Chargers, like, this was a Phillip Rivers Chargers game where, like, they had it all game long, and all of a sudden they're in this game. Oh, wait a second. They're losing this game. And then Herbert has that amazing escape from being sacked and has just an awesome pass to McConkey. and then they get a long field goal. Like this is a charge. This is something the Chargers never used to pull off. So impressive to go across the country and get this win. I liked that last drive from the Chargers. I really did. Herbert looks really comfortable in that pocket, and no one could tackle him. So Chargers, you wrote down your very next text was Chargers, a threat in the AFC. If you were to tell me AFC Championship, Chargers, Chiefs right now, I'd be like, I'm 100% in. I want that AFC Championship.
Wow, an AFC West title championship game. That'd be something huge.
Yeah.
But the Chargers, again, I think they're that team that some week, and they didn't look, Dolphins should have won that game, right?
They should have. They totally should have. They Chargers went to sleep and the Dolphins played good for a quarter and a half.
So I don't know, Pat. I don't know. I'm not totally sold on the Chargers either, but I think again that goes to show how much wide open the AFC is becoming.
Yeah. Chargers very, very wide open. And with the Chiefs win tonight, Chargers win, Buffalo tomorrow, like the heavy hitters are coming out. We'll see what's what. Okay, now to your next your next text. We got Jaguars, special story. This was your most confusing text for me of the day. What do you mean? What's so special about the Jaguars?
When I sent it, I said this, it seemed like how pumped they were. It seemed like that was the biggest last week being the Chiefs may have been the biggest regular season win the Jaguars have ever had. It just kind of seemed like, wow, these guys are turning a corner, but then they go up and then Seattle comes back and beats them in Jacksonville.
Big time come back down to earth game for Jacksonville
today. It was a comeback day.
12 points, not a lot of offense. Seattle looked good enough to win.
Who's Seattle? It's like, sometimes they look so great, and then sometimes they just, they seem to flop.
They're a pretty big head scratcher team. They look really good, and you're like, wait, they only scored 20 points against the Jaguars? Oh, they look really good. Oh, if Sam Darnold just didn't fumble in week 1, like they'd actually be 5-1 and be like, yeah, but they're not. See, head scratcher team, that's Seattle. I don't know. I don't want to put any money on them one way or another right now. They're probably one of the more confusing good teams in the league. So the Jacksonville special story, that's what you meant by that. Good Monday night. Now let's see what you got next week. And they kind of tanked.
Yeah.
All right, next one. You got Eagles, Giants recap, Dart special, question mark, Scatterboo, question mark. The fact that we're still talking about Thursday night on Sunday really says that Thursday night game was special. I loved it. I watched a lot of that Thursday night game. Dart and Scatterboo, buddy, I'm ready for the buddy cop movie. Let's have it right now.
I'm ready. I am so ready.
I love this Giants team. Dayball. Remember we wanted Dayball fired in like week 1?
Right. Patrick, hold on. I still think he's gonna get fired.
Oh, really?
Did you see how he was acting when Dart went in the tent?
Yeah, that was great. I loved it. He was like, whoa, don't touch Dart.
And then he's screaming as Russell Wilson's like trying to get out there playing for his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, he wanted to take a timeout to get Dart back in the game. And then I could not believe, because they bring in Russell Wilson. I think it was a first down. They run the ball on first. They run it on second. Third, they're up like 10 points at the time, and they call a pass play. I'm like, are you insane? Run the ball. And Russell Wilson throws it incomplete. But I was like, don't put the game in Russell's hands right now. Couldn't believe it. Great story. I can't wait to watch them next Sunday. And then you wrote the Eagles are reeling. They've lost 2 in a row. I was going to say they didn't look good in either, but they never look good.
No.
They did like 3 straight tush pushes.
Their offense just looks inept and definitely not good.
We hate the tush push already. They ran it on the goal line a bunch of times. I hated it. So I'm ready for them to go on a midseason losing streak. I think they'll rebound, but I'm ready for another loss, and then we can all write them off, and I'm sure they're going to come back and be in the mix. All right, your next text. Ravens so lost without Lamar. Rams poised for a deep run. Now, the Ravens tried their own little tush push. Did you see this?
Yes. Ugh. Look, that's off. That Ravens team, they're not doing well without Lamar, and if they have any shot to save this season, which I think it looks completely bleak now, they gotta sign a backup quarterback if Lamar's going to miss any more games.
Yeah, they should have re-signed Flacco.
Ugh.
Would have
Yep.
been better than who do they have? Cooper. They have Cooper Rush. It's done for the Ravens. They don't look like they can do anything on offense or defense. It's amazing they only let the Rams score 17 on them. But they were down at the goal line and they ran the tush push twice. And you've never seen such a change in the tush push compared to Philly to what Baltimore did. Like,
Correct.
I think they did one where first Cooper Rush tried it, didn't work. And then they did one where the tight end took the snap, it didn't work. And then it was fourth down and they were going to go for it. And they decided to run the ball and they just got stuffed. Nothing gives me more joy than when the tush push fails. I love it. And Baltimore just looks completely lost out there. What's the Lamar prognosis? Is he coming back? Does he want to come back? They don't look like they're going to win a game. I don't get it at all. And then how about the Rams? They're just knocking up wins, knocking out wins.
Enough win, but then they couldn't beat the Niners, So again, we got a little more parity this year, Pat. We got a little more parity.
Okay, we're in agreement. The Ravens are lost, but you wrote the Rams are poised for a deep run, so you must kind of like these Rams.
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay, kind of. In a division where it's Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, something's got to give. One team is going to be left out of that. So that's going to be a tough division. All right, then your next text. You're not done. You're still texting me these things. This is all under notes. Colts losing players during pregame warmups. This is a funny story. And it's great because there's video of it. But did you see the secondary one? What happened to Anthony Richardson?
Dude, that's nuts.
With the little elastic bands?
An elastic with a band.
I'm surprised we haven't had an injury before this because those things are dangerous.
Patrick, he fractured his orbital.
Went to the hospital, right?
That happens in bar fights. What I mean?
Who had a worse week? Mark Sanchez's victim or Anthony Richardson? Would you rather get
It's got to be Anthony Richardson because
the eye? I hate injuries to the eye.
Not only is he watching Danny Dimes take his job, but then he gets whacked by the elastic band.
You can just see him like, oh yeah, let me stretch it out. Wow.
Yeah.
It's right up there with who was the guy that got stabbed by the team doctor? Tyrod Taylor.
Rod Taylor, yeah.
Got a lung punctured by the team doctor giving him. That's right up there with like, they all go into the emergency room, waiting room, and Tyrod Taylor's like, what happened to you? I got poked in the eye by my by my elastic band. Oh, really? Yeah, I got my lung punctured by my team doctor. Oh, wow. What about you over there? I ran into my own teammate warming up. Oh, yeah, take a seat. Get a number right over there.
That was weird. That's Travarius Ward. He's an all-star,
That's a bad omen when you get injured in the warm-ups.
But here we are. The Colts, they win. Kyler Murray, he was been injured, so Jacoby Brissett got some playing time today. And I think I one text I sent kind of alluded to how much longer our quarterbacks are going to be getting, given a chance to continue being the franchise. Is Kyler going to be getting that?
What are we on, year 5 with him?
Maybe, yeah, at least, right?
He's one of those guys where, like, if you told me it was his 3rd year, I'd believe it. If you told me it was his 8th year, I think I'd also believe it.
Yeah, but how much? They were on a bye this week, but how much more grace are we going to give C.J. Stroud? After
Yeah, he plays tomorrow. We got to see.
So I
More
don't know.
more slack for C.J. Stroud though, right? Then Kyler Murray hasn't done anything in the playoffs. At least C.J. Stroud put together some playoffs last year. I give him more slack, don't you?
Okay, that's fine.
Well, who
Give
would you take? You're Omar, Jerry Jones, Carmona. You're putting together a team. Would you take C.J. Stroud or Kyler Murray?
Kyler.
What? You
Yeah,
just wrote him off, and now you take Kyler?
yeah, but no, I wrote off. I'm gonna write off Stroud.
Wow. Oh my God. We're not even at hot takes yet.
Okay.
Anyway, Indianapolis wins again. Somehow this game was close. I don't know how. Sometimes games are close and you're like, yeah, but it wasn't good. Indianapolis wins. Okay, but we're not done with your text. Then you wrote, finally, you wrapped it up. You're referring to Kyler Murray. He's hurt, hasn't won much, and now Jacoby Brissett is in. I forgot about Jacoby Brissett. So he's back. And then right after that, the Raiders game started, and I texted you, I think I'm not going to watch this game and just do the dishes instead of watching the Raiders game. And it might have been the best move. I think it worked out because we go to the late games, and then you sent me some more notes. And you wrote, marquee game, this was 49ers Bucks. Tampa Bay looks dangerous, and Baker is the midseason MVP. Injuries again for the Niners. It all makes sense. And I think you guys let that one slip away.
Yeah.
That 3rd and 14 where Baker runs around and you're just like, oh my God, that was that.
Patrick,
No quarterback could have made that play except for
Patrick,
him. And
the 49ers lost their best franchise player in Fred Warner. I mean, this team has been decimated with injuries.
yeah,
What could we possibly do?
and yet they were in this game for a majority of it. They look really good. Mac Jones looks completely serviceable as a QB. He made some great throws. Mac Jones has a weird look where like he almost always looks like he's hurt. He always has kind of that weird limp to him. And then San Francisco lost Fred Warner. But I think today was the game where Baker Mayfield officially made his candidacy known for MVP. Today, like if Baker Mayfield was running for
Patrick, he right now, and I'm gonna take this to the bank tomorrow. Baker Mayfield right now is the MVP of the league. And
right now he is. I agree.
And I'm gonna say this: it's right now, it's not even close.
Yeah, well, we have to see Josh Allen tomorrow, but I'm with you. He's the leader right now. Like if Baker Mayfield was running for president today, he just gave an awesome speech in Iowa. He's like Howard Dean.
Yeah, he's the MVP right now, and it's not even close.
Yes, I said this 3 weeks ago, and you said I was an idiot. So, but it's only the midseason. Let's all take a trip down memory lane where we crown Russell Wilson MVP in October, 8 years in a row, and the guy hardly made the playoffs. Awesome game. That escape on 3rd down was the play of the game. But let me try and cheer you up for a second. San Francisco's next 3 games: Atlanta, Houston, the New York Giants.
3-0, Pat.
So let's not go crazy. The Niners can get this thing back on the track. It's midseason. It's a midseason turnaround.
3-0.
So I'm trying to cheer you up there. Then you wrote me, Titans Raiders. Aside from you, can we confirm anyone else even watched this game? And yeah, I don't think anyone else did. I watched it. I watched it while I did the dishes, but I just sort of kept peeking at it. Of course, the Raiders gave them a shot to get back in the game, but they didn't get in.
Let me start with the Titans. Cam Ward may be their franchise quarterback, and it's gonna this year he's got to be given obviously his rookie year grace. They don't have enough talent around him for him to succeed. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, he needs some help. His receivers are good.
He needs a lot of help.
He was bad though. Like from a quarterback's perspective today, he was bad. He had a fumble Then he had at the end of the first half, they're down 10, they're driving, they're in field goal range. He has this play where he's rolling out and the defender's really close to him. He tries to throw it anyway, it gets tipped, and it gets intercepted. So take points off the board. And then at the very end of the game, they're driving, they're down 10. So I'm already thinking in my head, okay, they're going to get a score, then they're going to onside. Be ready for that. He drops back, and he just drops the ball. He goes to throw it, and it just falls out of his hand. And then the Raiders recover, game over. So I don't know what is going on with him, but he left 3 points on the board at the end of the half, and he just gave the Raiders the ball. No one knocked it out of his hand. He didn't get hit. He dropped it. It was really weird. So he was bad today, just from a fundamental standpoint. But give the man a pass. It's his rookie year. There's a lot to look up to. Get some weapons in the offseason, but it's just a total trial year for Cam Ward right now, to me.
How are you feeling about your Raiders now?
I'm really, really trying hard to talk myself out of the Raiders turning it around.
Okay.
I'm like, let's not go crazy. They beat the Titans, who stink. Let's not go crazy. This was Geno's best game. But right. Michael Myers, Michael Myers from Halloween 4 was great today. Max Crosby was great today. Genty ran hard again. Didn't get a lot of yards, but ran hard. So great game for the Raiders. Got a home win for once, but I don't want to get my hopes up. But shoot, I think I'm 1 or 2 tweets away from getting my hopes up. I didn't even bother to look. Oh no, they have KC next week.
Right.
So I'm ready to come back down to earth, but God, I'm gonna have to watch that game from start to finish. The Max Crosby jersey is gonna go back on, and my hopes are gonna be high. So I may need to be talked down next week. So be ready for that. And then lastly, Cincinnati at Green Bay. The newly acquired Joe Flacco makes his Cincinnati debut. And this was actually a good game. Green Bay wins 27-18. Flacco had a shot. Cincinnati had to get a stop. They didn't get it.
I think my text to you was, can the Bengals be prosecuted for elderly abuse, giving that offensive line to Joe Flacco?
Oh, yeah, I'm reading it right here. Your text. Yeah, Flacco, victim of elder abuse with that offensive line. What did he get sacked today? Did he have a rough day?
No, it's not that. It's just they're weak, Pat, and he can't do much with that line.
Oddly enough, Flacco put up 18 points. Not bad. Not bad for getting acquired on Tuesday. Goes back to my theory, the NFL should just have an emergency all-time quarterback, and any team can pick him up for 1 to 3 weeks, and then he goes back into the glass case, and someone else can get him.
It's got to be Jameis.
Oh, Jameis would be your elected emergency quarterback?
All time.
Oh, I like that.
It's such a schoolyard rule, right? Remember we would say, who's all-time quarterback?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jameis could be an all-time quarterback. I hope he gets some playing time in this year, Jameis. It would be a tragedy if we went a whole year without a Jameis Winston play. Yeah, I'd go with that. That'd be fun. Who was I thinking about that's like a young Jameis? Oh, Spencer Rattler. He's a young Jameis Winston.
Oh, next topic.
He's a young Winston. He's just he may throw a great pass and then he may throw a ball right to the defender. You never know. He's a young budding. He's like a young Anakin Skywalker. He hasn't turned into Darth Vader yet. All right, those were the games. Now we're going to move on to our trivia portion of the show, Omar. This is a little trip down memory lane. I was thinking about this with Joe Flacco. Do you know when Joe Flacco's first start was? His career first start with the Baltimore Ravens. Just take a guess when that was.
Now, I'm going to guess November 3rd, 2011.
It was September 7th, 2008.
Oh my God.
Was his rookie year. He
That's all.
ironically played the Cincinnati Bengals. They lost 17-10. But let's go back to 2008, shall we? Let's do a little trivia about the year 2008.
It was my first, I was 1 year as a lawyer. Wow. Okay, let's go.
Okay, 2008, you were a newly minted lawyer. Had you tried any cases yet as of September?
I just started.
Really? Okay. So you're probably walking around. Maybe you got a suit like Chris Collinsworth had today. You're walking
Yeah.
around the mean streets looking for clients, or how were you getting work then?
A lot of court appointed cases, but now I'm trying to get hired on some things. So yeah,
Okay, so you yourself were a rookie
I was a rookie,
in
Pat.
the league. All right, so let's go to 2008. What do you think was the best picture winner in 2008? Your nominees were Michael Clayton, Atonement, No Country for Old Men, Juno, and There Will Be Blood. 2008, Joe Flacco was playing for the Ravens. You're looking for clients to bail out of DUIs. Who won the best movie, 2008?
Was it No Country for Old Men?
It was No Country for Old Men. You are correct. The Juggernaut, critics' darling. Everybody loved that movie. Freaky, weird. I mean, everybody was talking about that movie for the whole year. It was a good dad movie, too. I think
That was
everybody's dads
one of my
loved it.
favorite movies of all time.
Great movie. You have to watch it a couple times, too, and then you find more things you like about it. All right, this may be up your alley because I know you partook in this thing. The biggest release in the video game world was what? Now, I'll give you a little hint. This was a sequel release. So, let's see if you can guess. What was the biggest video game release, 2008?
Modern Warfare 2.
It was Grand Theft Auto 4.
How about that?
Big. I mean, remember that Grand Theft Auto era was pretty huge.
I remember we would play at Cathedral, of course, because we weren't learning much at that high school.
True. That's
we were
right.
playing
Went to
Grand
church
Theft
and didn't learn
Auto.
anything.
We were playing Grand Theft Auto on the computer at our school, at our Catholic school.
Yeah, totally.
And I think, Patrick, didn't you have like an old an IBM? Was it Aptiva?
Oh, like at my house?
Yeah, an old. Did you not have
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto?
No, we definitely played it at my house. Yep.
Yeah.
Like the early
Oh
version.
yeah, it's like the aerial, like you see the guy walking, but you see the top of his head and his arms just
Right. Total just dot matrix beta version. I'd say beta version, but it might have even been before that. All right, Grand Theft Auto. Now let's go on to music. There are 3 songs I'm going to read to you. You're going to guess which one was the number 1 Billboard song of the year. Number 1, was it Low by Flo Rida? Was it I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry? Or was it Apologize by One Republic?
One more time.
All right, we got Low by Flo Rida, I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, or Apologize by One Republic.
I'm gonna have to go Katy Perry,
It was
but Flo was good.
Low by Flo Rida. Yes.
Flo Rida.
Yes. I'm not sure if this lines up, but that song, no, it wasn't that song. Whatever song was in the credits of The Hangover, I think it was Flo Rida, but wasn't Low, but like, oh
Right,
my,
no, it was something else.
it was a different song, but I think it was Flo Rida, the song. And that was huge. That song was everywhere.
You
All right.
spin me right round, baby,
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. It had that in there. Yeah, when that credit scene came up, it was like, okay, we're sitting for all these credits.
Oh, and that was one of the best endings of all time, the Hangover one.
I think the Hangover movie contributed to more public intoxication arrests after you saw that movie than any other movie. Because
Right.
I know I got wasted a couple times after it finished. Like you'd be with your friends and be like, we have to do something. We have to go out right now. And that's what I did. All right, one more trivia from 2008. Did you know the highest rated TV shows of 2008, 1 and 2, were both reality shows? But third place was what? Your choices are from CBS, CSI, from ABC, Grey's Anatomy, or from CBS, Two and a Half Men.
Oh, that's the
What took
greatest
third
question.
place?
It's gotta be CSI.
The answer is CSI. It's got to be easy for you, huh?
Yeah, that's an easy one. It's because so many people, like when you talk to just about any person over 55 right now, it's that was their show. You know what I mean?
Really? So you knew people? I never knew anybody who watched that
Oh
show.
yeah, I know a ton of people love CSI, but not me. I mean, of those back then, Patrick, I was probably watching a lot of The Office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
Um,
surprised Office didn't get it on that list. 2008.
but that's where I was.
Yeah, I was thinking about that watching the commercials for other shows and stuff. And then, I saw my parents last week and they told me they're a big Matlock fan. They're watching the Kathy Bates Matlock series.
Yeah, I'm
And I
not
was
gonna
like,
do that.
I'm like, oh, okay, why? The first person I met that watches that show. So, and then I was like, well, you know what show I'm gonna give a chance to this week? I think it's called Boston Blue with Donnie Wahlberg. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. It looked pretty good from the commercials. I think I'm gonna give Boston Blue a shot.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll report back. So that was our 2008 trivia. I mean, just so far back. Joe Flacco was a rookie. 2008, you were a lawyer. We were watching CSI so long ago. And now look, Flacco's now Bengal.
I like it.
I don't know what's going on with the Bengals season, and it's almost not even worth asking. It's like, when's Joe Burrow coming back? I don't know. In a year? Oh, right. Okay, we'll worry about this later. Go on in there, Joe Flacco. Figure it out. All right, that brings us to the awards, Omar. We give them every week. This week is no different. Award number 1, most memorable moment of the week. Couple of nominees this week. Pretty fun week. So, even though there's a bunch of nominees, I condensed mine down to 1, and that goes to quarterback escapes. Baker Mayfield and Justin Herbert had 2 amazing escapes to convert a third down that won the games for him. So, quarterback escapes won the week for me, or were most memorable moment. Those were awesome plays.
Those are good ones. My most memorable moment, I'm going to have to say it's by far. I don't think I'm ever going to see anything like Dayball berating doctors on the sideline because they can't get Jackson Dart back on the field while he should be trying to pump up Russell Wilson, basically saying, you can't let me go back on the field and coach this team with this guy holding the football. I don't care.
Pretty good.
I don't care how many stars Jackson Dart is seeing right now. Get him back out there.
That's pretty good.
Patrick, it was so bad that the owner of the Giants, John Mara, had to issue a statement saying, that's not how we do things, and I've spoken to him about it, and coach isn't going to do that again.
Yeah, I did read that statement. I did like how Dayball was pretty honest in the press conference after the game too. He's like, I want him back in the game. If he could go back in, I was going to call a timeout. Get him back in. He's like, that's as simple. It's like, okay, good. We got some real thought process to it. Now we know. He was hot.
You know what, Patrick? I am not going to totally crap on Dayball, okay? Because his thing is this: if the doctors keep him out, that's on the doctors. But I, as the coach, need to let you all know I need him out there, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's not going to cost Jackson Dart his job. You know what I mean? Like, if he misses a play, like if I were to miss a play because of a broken leg, I'd be benched the next week, even if I came back healthy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The coach just needed an excuse to keep me on the bench. But this is different. I just think I'm okay with Dayball saying, look, whatever medical opinion you have, and you got to do your thing. But I'm letting you know, I'm trying to win a game, and I need Jackson Dart out there.
Right, right. The coach, like in our sports days, would be like, "Hey, Carmona, was your hand hurt? A little bit. It's okay now. Yeah. Take this play off. Go ahead. Well, you got laryngitis? You got laryngitis? Yeah. Go ahead. Go. We'll get you back in the second half.
Those allergies sound bad.
Yeah, restless leg syndrome? Yeah. Go. Yeah. Let's not risk it.
Let's put you on IR for 4 weeks.
Right. We had IR in middle school. It just seems like Dayball has just kind of become the de facto father of Jackson Dart on the sideline. He's just always hovering around.
That is because without Jackson Dart, Dayball has no future.
Oh, he'd be gone. He would be a goner. So he's just protecting his investment. He is always hovering around, checking in on him. Did you see somebody was trying to peek in the medical tent through the little mesh top of it? He was trying to see what's going on. It was the best go into the tent sequence we've had all year because everybody was trying to see what was. Didn't Scattaboo or one of the offensive linemen go in there just to like go see things? Like, it was awesome what was happening there. And then Jackson Dart comes right back and then he goes in the game. It was great. I loved it. All right, next award.
We have to have a show just dedicated to this new mythic character, Scattaboo.
Scattaboo. His stock is going up this week. All right, next award, cringeworthy moment. A lot of nominees this week.
Oh, Patrick, let's go through your nominees. Fred Warner. I mean, that was just hard to watch, Pat.
Oh, I didn't even write that down, but that was. I mean, that's not even cringeworthy. That's like sad moment.
I mean, he's a franchise player.
He's going out in the car. Always rough.
He's up there. I mean, I know I'm a 49er fan, but he's up there with T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett. As far as defensive presence, players. Bonito, who's a young pass rusher from Denver. I mean, these guys are just the bread and butter. These guys are just the creme de la creme, if you will, of defensive players. And to lose Fred Warner, what a heartbreaker the way that is, because he's such a great teammate, such a great ambassador of football, such a well-spoken dude. It's so sad for me, that was cringeworthy all around.
Wow, you're like his Brian Daboll. You're just all over there. It's like, hey man, this is a good guy. We like his family. his poor ankle. And then do we know what the injury is? Is he done for the season?
I think he's done for the season. Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Jeez. Well, the Niners got to get on the horn and trade or something. Like I made this note like on Wednesday.
Bosa. What? I mean, you lose Bosa.
Bosa too. They've got 2 players on the defense that actually started the season on the field. So they've been so decimated. And I made this note like on Wednesday. I was like, oh, I'm going to make a segment and it's to be called Make the Trade. And we can make a trade for, our team. Where I was like, but every team needs to make a trade right now. I can make an argument for San Francisco, Dallas, the Raiders, everybody needing a trade right now. But yeah, the 49ers need to blow in some calls to see if they want this season to go on. They need help on the defense. They need to get somebody. So don't be surprised if they pick up somebody through trade this week, San Francisco. It's got to happen. They need help. All right, let me give you my nominees for cringeworthy moment. I already said Baltimore's end of the first half where they ran 2 straight tush pushes and then got stuffed at the goal line. Very cringeworthy. And it made me think of something when it came to the little goal line play from our youth. Do you remember when we would play middle school football and we had a play and it was called center side hike? And all the center did was not hike the ball to the quarterback, give the ball sideways to the next lineman, and then they ran forward. And like, even as like a 12-year-old, I was like, well, this play's kind of bullshit. Like, this play's kind of cheating, right? You shouldn't be allowed to do this. And I think the Ravens could have used the center side hike today. But so I put center side hike as one of my cringeworthy moments. I got getting injured in pregame warmups as a cringeworthy moment. And then I got all these illegal formation calls that seem to be happening this year also as a cringeworthy moment. I hate them. I don't even think they affect the game either. So I got a lot of cringeworthies. Getting injured in pregame might be the winner, though. That's pretty hard to beat. So take your pick of those, but it kind of reminded me of center side hike from 7th grade.
I never liked that play.
I just felt dirty running that play where it's like, hike. Oh, not going to the quarterback. Here you are, linemen. I was like, they should outlaw this play. It's like our coach found a loophole and he was just going to like run it till they told him he couldn't.
Right.
So Ravens could have used center side hike. Next award, Best Innovation Award. Always fun. I got 2 of them. Here's a quick one first. Best Innovation, deferring to the second half. When did we figure out that deferring to the second half was the better way to go? It used to be always you won the coin toss and you're like, we'll receive. And now it's like, nope, second half because we could get an extra possession. But here's my innovation award. Remember a long time ago, there was a referee and every time like a team got a first down, he would say it all loud. He would go, first down. And then the crowd would cheer. I think we got to give refs some artistic freedom now. So every time they get on the microphone, they can add a little personality to it. I think we need to bring that back. What do you think about that? A little more hot mic with the refs. They can say first down or they can say penalty. They can interpret the penalty however they want. I would be good with that for a year. Let's test ride it for a year. So that's my award. Refs get artistic freedom. What do you got? You got an innovation for the week?
Innovation. I was gonna say, man, I should have put it down on a in a text. Patrick, I'm drawing.
Yeah, you should have texted me.
I was texting you everything. I was texting you everything else, but it had to do with something in the presentation. But no, I can't think of it right now. Let's go on to the next one. Maybe I'll come back to it.
Okay, we'll circle back to that. Next award, the Hot Take Award. This one I thought of on Tuesday of last week, and I was like, is this a good idea? This might be a stupid idea. I'm going to sit on it. But I kept it, and here's my Hot Take Award. How about one less timeout for the teams each half?
Ooh, Patrick.
Let's go 2 timeouts, and overtime, I'm willing to go overtime. Let's make it 12 minutes, not 10. Take a timeout away, or the third timeout is like a 20-second timeout, like basketball. Like let's keep the game moving a little bit here. Let's keep it going. So one less timeout is my Hot Take Award.
One less timeout, Hot Take Award.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I also had the idea if the team gets a personal foul, the other team can bank those 15 yards. Like they don't have to use them right away. They can put it in the bank, and when they want to take 15 yards, they can. That was a little more out there, but I was on a heater. I was thinking of hot takes all over the place. So think about that.
One less timeout.
You like it, huh?
I really do.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I want to get overconfident, but I'm thinking of a hot take right now because I saw this on the commercial.
Oh, let's go for it.
Okay, let's go for it. All right, Mark Sanchez had a pretty rough week. We all know that. And the info just keeps getting worse and worse on him. Then I noticed, watching college football this week, next week, Notre Dame goes to USC to play them in the Coliseum. What if Mark Sanchez comes out onto the field as a USC alum and gives a tearful apology to a packed house? Everybody applauds, and he starts to get back into the good graces. Do you think that would work in the public eye if he gives a teary-eyed, I'm sorry, I messed up. I represented my family poorly. I'm not a man. What do you think about, from a PR perspective, like, hey, get out there, USC Notre Dame, to a place that loves you, Los Angeles, and apologize. Fall upon the knees of the crowd. What do you think? Am I crazy for this?
I don't think you're crazy for this.
Okay. All right. I'm full of good hot takes today. Yeah, I can't wait. What a rough week for Mark Sanchez.
My
Total.
my hot take, Pat, is going to be right now the favorite to win the Super Bowl in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, really? Oh, not a hot take. I like that.
And this is, I mean, I just didn't think we were expecting it this year. You know what I mean? I think we thought again, we were looking forward to the Mahomes,
Hmm.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
these guys are just gonna duke it out, over the court. Maybe, throw in Justin Herbert there. Um,
Who would you want to see as his AFC matchup?
Chargers.
Yeah, I had the same thought this week. I was like, Chargers Bucks. How awesome of a Super Bowl would that be? Love it. Next award, Casting Couch Award. Now, this is a category that I don't think you and I fully understand yet, even though I thought of it. But here's my Casting Couch Award. Carly Ursay Gordon, the daughter of the Colts owner, has been on the sidelines a lot. Although I didn't see her today, so maybe she just has home games. She wears like a dress and sometimes fancy boots, but she still wears like a Colts hat and a headset. So I was thinking about, what if we made a movie or a TV series of this woman? And I got 4 casting options for you.
Okay, let's go. Let's go with this one.
Okay. Casting option number 1, Sandra Bullock. Now,
Okay.
she's about 10 years older, maybe more than this lady, but I think she could play 45 years old.
Okay, absolutely she can.
Yeah, kind of a Erin Brockovich type of women empowerment something.
I like it. Okay.
Okay. Or we could go Sarah Paulson. Do you know who that is?
Yes, of course.
Yep, the lawyer from the OJ movie.
Okay.
I think she could be great. That might be a TV series with her. How about this name? A name that's near and dear to me. How about Rachel McAdams?
Ooh, I like that one.
I like that. I like Rachel McAdams.
I thought about that one too, and I was gonna say another I like Amy Adams.
Amy Adams, interesting. That could be good. A little strong female presence, lead. And then last option, Emma Stone.
Ooh, that's a good one too,
A
Pat.
little bit of a stretch, but I think we could do a whole, like, almost like a Succession type of series where it's like business dealings. She's a woman in the workplace. First of all, they write her off because she's the owner's daughter. Then they write her off because they don't think she knows football. And then bam, she's on the sidelines with a headset. So that's my casting of couches. I'm casting the movie for Carly Ursay Gordon. Keep an eye out for that. Yes. All right. What do you got? You got a casting couch award for the week.
Ooh, casting couch. I want Jerry Jones, a movie about Jerry Jones, and I want to go with Randy Quaid.
Oh, weird, but
Oh, that's the thing. 'Cause he's nuts.
Interesting.
He's nuts.
Yes. Okay. Like, what's your ideal Randy Quaid? Is it Christmas Vacation Randy Quaid? Is it Independence Day Randy Quaid?
Independence Day Randy Quaid.
Oh, I kind of like that. Maybe a lot of him walking around spitting information, but he's got maybe a bottle of bourbon in his hands while he does it.
Right.
Oh, can I go back to Tex Saga for a second? Because I was texting you, I was texting Uncle Ray. But my dad was texting me a lot during the Raiders game. And can I read you my dad's text during the Raiders game?
Please. You got a lot of text messages.
I got a lot today.
You got to make sure you have unlimited text. Is that still a thing? Does everyone have unlimited text now?
Yeah. I'm unlimited text, thank God. I needed them for just your text today. All right, here's my dad's text. By the way, these are all him. I'm not responding to any of these until like 5 later. So he writes, "Go Raiders. Good start. Love, Dad." Then the Raiders fumbled, and he writes, "No," with like 8 O's and an exclamation point. Then the half ends, and he writes, "Raiders look good!" Exclamation point. And now he writes, "Great win!" Exclamation point.
So do I have this clear? Your father then has to have Sunday Ticket with YouTube TV, yes?
Well, I logged into his with mine, so maybe he's still using it. Because I don't
I'm
think
here in
he,
El Paso, and believe me, that was not our regional game.
I don't think it was on any regions. Do you think it was even on in Nevada? Probably not.
I don't even think Tennessee showed the game.
You had to have Sunday Ticket. They should just rename Sunday Ticket Raiders Ticket. Yeah, so maybe he still has my. I logged him on with my account when I was home, so maybe it's still working. And then I wrote him finally, got a little sketchy at the end, but finally a win. And he writes back, a win is a win. I like anybody who writes a win is a win. To the point. So that was my dad's text exchange. All right, quick sidebar. Now we're back to did you cast somebody or were we at best quote?
No, I cast somebody. Yeah,
Oh, Randy Quaid.
yeah.
Randy Quaid as Jerry Jones. Movie or TV series?
A movie, of course.
Yeah, Randy Quaid's movie. All right, that's pretty good. You know what? Oh, let me piggyback on. You know who should play Jerry Jones? Billy Bob. Billy Bob Thornton.
Well, that'd be a good one.
That'd be really good. All right, best quote. Where's my best quote from? Oh, yeah, this was from the interview after the 49ers game with Baker Mayfield. His quote was, I kind of fell asleep in the first quarter. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
He's like, I kind of fell asleep in the first quarter. Baker Mayfield, everybody, our leading candidate for MVP. He's giving speeches in Iowa. Then he's going to go to Indiana. He's all over the place. He's officially announced his candidacy for MVP. All right, best quote. What do you got?
I do appreciate only because it takes a lot for a coach to come out, and as much as he probably wants to stand for his guy. But Dan Campbell coming out saying, I love Brian Branch, but what he did was inexcusable. And that's not going to be accepted here. Referring to the fight, basically, Branch did not want to shake Mahomes' hand at the end, and he went to Schuster.
Oh, wow, you got a recent one.
Yeah, and then basically he just cold cocked a Juju Smith-Schuster and fought him while he was even on the floor. So definitely not a good look, and I'm glad that Coach Campbell is addressing it.
Oh, wow. Well, how newsworthy of your quotes here. You're like doing real reporting there, Omar. Wow. All right, next award, Best Play Call Award. And I went with Dan Campbell and his nutty goal line plays. Dan Campbell, I want to tell you to not overthink it, but also I want to see what else you want to run. So keep it going. Keep going. The dumbass Goff rolls out and gets a pass. The offensive lineman doesn't declare, gets penalized. Keep going. I love it.
My best play call is going to be some. I'm not going to say it was the best. I actually hated it, but I'm glad it came out because I want the world to see. As much as a defender I was of the tush push, when they ran that tush push, what 3 or 4 straight times the Eagles did
Thursday night, yeah,
because they had the ball, fourth down. Not necessarily 4th and goal, but it was 4th and 1 close to the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to get the fourth. They had to get the fourth to convert the first. And then they started just doing tush push. To watch the tush push 4 straight times in a row, that was painful.
I hated it.
And I'm glad it was called because I want everyone to see just how ridiculous maybe we need to think about this play. It was painful, Patrick, to watch. I felt like we were watching a game like in 1922. You know what I mean? It just seems so awful.
Yeah, it was like Jim Thorpe.
Right. Red Grange was, just pushing back there. And
nobody likes the tush push. Like, nobody likes it. I almost think Sirianni is calling it just to upset America. But it gets banned next year, right? 100%. There's no way the NFL is going to keep this. We have penalties for leverage and illegal formation, for Christ's sake. Like, they can ban it. Somebody's going to get injured. It looks ugly. By the way, nobody can spot the ball with the tush push. It's just all guessing from the referee. So it's got to get, I'm going to put money down right now that it gets banned for next year. Do you think it'll get banned?
Possibly. It's at least going to be up for They can review it anytime they want.
Yeah, it didn't win the vote this last year to be banned. So they tried, but this year I think they ban it. It's so ugly. And you don't even know where the ball is. I don't like it. For some reason, the Eagles are the only one who can run it successfully too.
Right.
All right. Last award. Who won the week? This is a special award because I think this is the first time ever who won the week for me. Comes from Thursday night. Jackson Dart and Scadaboo won the week for me. The fact that I'm still talking about him. They had a post-game interview where Scadaboo rips off his shirt while Jackson Dart is telling the crowd to like chant for him. It was awesome. It was so cool. I love these two. They bring in Jackson Dart's mom and dad too. They're all crying. Jackson Dart has a mom who looks like she's like 10 years older than him. So it's Dart, the Dart Scadaboo Association won the week for me. I thought that was great. And I'm kind of rooting for those two now.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, you seem a little surprised by my pick.
No, I like it. I love it. I love it. Who won the week though? I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've established themselves, I think, as the number one team in the NFL.
Number one in the NFL. Wow, that's a statement. That's your hot take. If
we're talking about rankings, they're number one.
Okay.
Patrick, I think they can beat anyone.
Yeah. Oh, Chargers Bucks Super Bowl. How great would that be?
What a crazy, like, we'll call it the expansion team Super Bowl, you know?
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, that is a good one. The Baker story. Also, I love any Super Bowl with two teams are in it that have never won a Super Bowl before. I mean, Tampa Bay has, but I mean, like the quarterbacks haven't been in one before, so whoever wins is a new champion type of thing. I like that. Okay, that's a pretty good who won the week, Baker. All right, well, those were the Sunday games, but we have a little announcement, and it comes with Monday night. Monday Night Football, we have two games this week. We have Buffalo at Atlanta, but we also have Chicago at Washington. Not only do we have Chicago at Washington, this is the game that you're going to go to.
I'm going to be there tomorrow, Patrick.
You are going tomorrow to Chicago at Washington. You are going to watch the Bears play the Washington Commanders. We're going to think up of a little segment to do so we can report back to the fans what's going on there. So, all right, you're going to the game. You're rooting for Chicago. What are your thoughts?
I'm Patrick. I'll be sitting at the Bears sideline. I am rooting for the Commanders.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Didn't your daughter come on and say she was rooting for the Bears or your son?
We're talking about autograph seeking etiquette, and I think if we're going to be on that side, we're going to have to be, looking like we're supporting the Bears. We have a chance to get something signed, okay? But I am secretly going for Jaden Daniels, and I'm going to go the Commanders 23, the Chicago Bears 13.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like the Commanders at home. I don't think Chicago's good. I don't think the bye week does enough for them. So I'm going to go Commanders 25, Chicago 17.
And let's throw in the Falcons Bills. I'm going to go
throw it in.
Bills 33, Falcons 16.
Yeah, I don't think this game is close. I don't know what the line is, but is this the earlier of the two games? Because if it is, it's going to be perfect to turn off and then switch to the Washington one. So, all right. So we're going to have a little something special for the fans with you coming back from this game that we can report on. I'm very, very curious about a lot of things. I want to know what you're going to wear. I want to know what the seats are going to be like. I want to know how you're going to try and handle these kids of yours seeking autographs.
I'm going to send you some good pictures.
Okay. All right. You heard it, everybody. That was the Sunday night talk for week 6 in the NFL. That was Omar Carmona. He's on his way to Washington, everybody, to watch Monday Night Football. Raiders won. San Francisco lost. It's a split week. Baker Mayfield is our candidate for the MVP. And who will turn it around midseason? We'll find out. For me, Patrick Ramirez, for Omar Carmona, this was the Sunday Night Talk. Enjoyed Monday Night Football, Omar. Good night, everybody.